if you had to give a like 15-second pitch
me?
about what this episode is, go.
Shooting the Bride is a docu-style reality TV series about a team of 3 filmmakers as they shoot, edit, and show a same-day edit film all in one day. I've practiced that a bit. But this specific episode is the pilot, the first. Like, I've been working on this for 2 years, and the last Indiegogo was successful, so I knew it was happening. I just had to get the right team. And I did, and everything worked. So we have the brawny man shooting our movie today.
Hey yo, this is not...
Did you know that you are wearing flannel right now? It's like ding 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 ding.
Thank you, Lens Pro to go.
Every time I run like that, I've got the awesome powers. Alright, wanna do an audio test? Check, check, 1, 2, check, 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 1, 2, check, check. Oh, can you hear me? Give me a leg kick if you can hear me clean. It's the morning of, I'd say we're ready, right? Do you feel ready?
Ready as we're gonna be.
Yeah. We just loaded up all the gear and we're gonna head to a diner halfway to the venue, which is like 5 minutes away. We're gonna eat all the bacon at the place.
Here, I'll grab this. My focus is to help make the same day edit look awesome. We're all wearing blue, pretty much. We're all wearing the same colors. I have a little bit of gray, but...
Mike thinks he's all cool with his tie.
I always wear a tie.
He's got a thin tie.
I always wear a tie.
Hey guys, previously on Mic Junkies.
Size, yes.
This screen in there looked like a good size
It's
to
about
use.
a 6-foot screen, it looks like.
We'll probably just use that. It's like a pull down, right?
It's nice because it's high. It's suspended from the ceiling, so people will be able to see over each other's heads.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Craig on the Barrel.
Craig on a K.
My name's Craig Adams, and I've been hunting the legendary alpaca for the last 15 years of my life.
I actually didn't expect this kind of location, so I'm really excited.
There's lots of animals here. We still have color. I need to remember not to yell. I yell a lot. It's a little cold, but it's like not cold, but it's like cold enough that you need to wear something. So Mike is gonna need his little...
That's the most basic thing I've ever heard.
So Mike, I've shot with tons of times before. He was my roommate, good friend from Rochester, knows what he's doing. We've kind of taught each other over the years, so we have very similar styles. We are on the same wavelength, same light spectrum, bruh. Science. So we have Josiah Moore as our DP for the project behind the camera right now. As long as Josiah keeps up the stamina, we're good. Yes!
We're excited about
Our
today.
car door isn't open, is it?
You left it open.
No, I didn't.
You did. I watched you leave it open when you walked away.
You shut up. Why is the car door open? It's not like there was expensive gear or anything in here. What's wrong with it?
It's just pushing your shirt. There we go. Okay.
Moms. Second and thirds don't matter.
We don't. You just tap us on the shoulder and just be like, hey.
John Cena! REP headphone user, so have fun with that. Lothlorien here. I feel good about this location so far. It's a goose. We're hunting the bride today. So that's where the ceremony is. Obviously, there's a ceremony in Lincoln Park, and he's ceremonying everybody. I'm just checking out the spot right now. We have a lot of tungsten. Obviously, like, the music is adding to the atmosphere, so we don't really want to affect that unless we're doing like a card reading, but I'm not even sure if we're going to do that here. But there isn't that much natural light spilling in, so we're probably just going to adjust for the tungsten and make it work. Even if we turned off the overhead lights, it's not enough light coming in, not enough window space, so we'll make that work. Okay. So yeah, the girls are super chill. They were super excited to see me. That was good. Like I said, like Jade is like knows all the right questions to ask, and she's such a sweetheart. So this day will be easier because the bride is so like on point. Let's do some drone stuff and check in with the rest of the team. I think this way, right? So drone wise, I'm on a rock. We got these ponds. They're not that biggest. They're not the biggest, but there might be just enough to get a drone inside the middle of it. Oh, hey girl. So we're gonna check out what the team has been up to this whole time. Where'd they go? Mysteries. Mike Tyson mystery. Did we pass them? Fuck. Mike! Well, that worked. Mike! Look at him spring into action. Come over yonder. Taking selfies, so fuck you. So I'm sending these two out to go do exteriors, and they're gonna do like a tripod and monopod, no, tripod and slider kind of mix duo at thing. So this runs on Magic. Magic is full, we're good to go. Best phone for this kind of thing, I tell you what, iPhone 6s Plus. Dude, those birds talking shit about me all day. I can hear you. I already calibrated it at the hotel, but I'm just gonna calibrate it again because I don't like to take any shortcuts when doing drone stuff at all. So I would rather be safe than sorry. So this is the DJI Phantom 3 Pro, shooting 4K. I'm shooting very flat, but it's always good to like plan out exactly what you want to shoot before you put it up into the sky, just because the less time you have it in the sky, honestly, the better. So whenever I fly drones, I like to bring it up. Trees are the enemy. I like to make sure that just everything is working, so I go left, right, forward, back, up, down. We're good. All right, so I'm just gonna bring it to a spot where I know for a fact that it will not hit anything, and then I'm gonna set my exposure and figure out my shot. And as you can see, it's hovering, it's got the satellites, it's good. So I wanna see the bridge, I wanna see the building, I wanna see the trees. Very subtle, slow, push in and tilt down. The smallest amount. That's all right. I would like it to be wider, but we don't have that much space, honestly. I give it a 5 out of 10. Oh, hey, Cy Young, how's it going? And I definitely want to get this. I think this will be good, like just an over the head, but I'm gonna do a bunch of different things here. It's just my satellites keep going in and out. I got 10, 9. Taking off. All right, let's see what it looks like. Oh, that's awesome. All right, we're definitely gonna go back a bit. And we're gonna get out of the way once I figure out what I want. Oh, that's so awesome. That's it right there. That's great. The signal keeps coming in and out, so I don't know exactly where it is. All right, that's good. Oh, nailing the tilt. Yas, yas, queen. Wind is blowing it a little bit, but yas, yas. Yes, we're off center, but that's okay. All right, I feel good. Not even thinking about a same day edit right now. Just trying to get my bearings. All right, let's make the long walk. Cool.
Just been wandering around shooting birds and donkeys and
So I just finished the ceremony location. Do you know where that is?
I do not, no.
All right, so it's like on the other side of all the buildings up here. Nice to see you.
I just didn't want to disturb.
I'm Craig.
Awesome. Oh, this is Derek, my
Derek?
sister.
Nice to meet you. Cool. Josiah?
Hey!
Yeah, they're super excited. They're chill, you know.
I know.
We got here
She
early
did
just to do
yoga
drone
this
stuff.
morning.
Yeah.
She did.
Yeah.
The guys are playing soccer.
Oh, really? Where are they at?
Somewhere else. If they were here, I'd be like, yeah.
Yeah.
So many animals, right? Alpaca.
All the animals.
Oh, no.
All right.
That's great. So, what, so they're in.
Yeah, so they're upstairs in, not that one, the one on the other side of the road, like behind it.
Oh, okay.
So it's like another house-y
Yeah.
thing. Okay,
All right, cool.
cool. So I'll
Then
see you
are
around.
you guys splitting up when we do getting ready? Or are you doing like.
Yeah, we're splitting up.
Okay.
So I'll probably be in there with the girls, so.
I'll be with the guys.
Sweet. Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
Cool.
floating around.
Awesome.
Yeah. Did you see the email about the guys? He's opening a gift that can do like a private moment. Did
Yeah. So you
Is it boudoir or is it just?
It is
Okay.
you? Yeah.
So yeah,
Sorry.
be tasteful.
Right. Just didn't want to have like all the groups in like, oh, looking at it with him, you know? So just
Okay.
send him away.
So you want to do it? So we'll put a mic and stuff on them. So.
Yeah, totally.
Okay.
Cool.
That's good. All right.
Awesome.
Great. All right. Thanks, guys.
I'll see you around.
See ya.
So this is like the official start of like shooting. So like all the other stuff was like we're here early, we're just getting a lay of the land, and so now we're just kind of mounting up to start prep.
Oh, it's right here.
So that means the screw. This happens all the time. Oh, there it is. You son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Oh yes, got you. All right, so this little screw and this little knob comes off all the time. You son of a bitch. How do I make things work?
If you see a spot or something particular, you just kind of rub it out.
Ceremony. Okay. So you find some foreground, a tree, you get the best composition, and then you just do a slow push it.
Gonna grab a battery.
I do know what I'm doing. I don't know. I know it doesn't look like it, but you're gonna go do exteriors, and then be ready for the guys.
Yes.
Okay. Break. All right. Time to ruin her shot. On three. 1, 2, 3. Craig M's here from Wedding Film School, and today I'm going to be whining about pretty much everything, so enjoy. Okay, so this is it. This is like the beginning of shooting. Let's get in there.
I'll leave this over here for you. All right, Judy, is there anything here you can see that you don't
All right. So we're just going to start with getting whatever bit of flower delivery we can. We're going to set to 3200 Kelvin. And we'll see if that works. And it's pretty dark in here, so we're going to be boosting ISO to probably 1250 at f2 on a 50. All right, so I'm just going to start shooting. First shot of the day, basic as hell. All right, I gotta step it up. I'm good for now. Maybe later at the reception or something.
Usually I'll like take everything. I was gonna keep the dresses in here because they'll kind of are nice.
There's a lot of them.
I know that. And so I was thinking of taking her 2 dresses and then the details out to the patio and stuff. Are you cool with that?
There's the light is bad in here.
Yeah,
So.
exactly. All right, sweet.
So her 2 dresses,
Yeah.
ceremony reception.
Yeah, exactly. And then that's the book she's showing right now.
Oh, cool.
So, all right, cool.
Okay. So you're gonna do that now?
Yeah.
Need help? Do you have your assistant?
Yep, and Jade's.
It's a pretty dress.
with my dress?
I need my slider for this, so hopefully I told Sayong like be here in 8 minutes, so hopefully she gets here. Because I can't shoot dress stuff with this. I need to text her to just get here now. With a dress in my hand. This is how the day goes.
Okay, thanks, Lynn. All right, awesome. Great, okay. Need you for a second.
There you are. All right, cool. So I'm just gonna try to shoot 1 or 2 details as she's getting her Dress shot's done.
If you guys need to move my stuff,
Just do. No.
are you guys done?
So we are on auto white balance. The white balance looks good. We're at F4 wide open for this lens, 1/200th. And that's simple. Let's do 2 shots, or 3. Let's do really simple. Back slower. And then let's do one more with a curve. So the thing about this shot is there's no depth in the background. So if I was like tilted up, I could see the blown out depth. So, which is good, but not good if you do it in every shot. So this is not when we're gonna do it. For something like this that's sparkly, this is perfume, this might make for a better shot for this. So we want to think about what we have in the background, which is color. Let's just go super tight. So let's go 100 on this. The texture of what it's on won't be as important. We'll drop down low. And I don't want to slide everything, but this is going to be like a macro slide, I guess. Don't want to overuse the slide. Let's get super low. I love this tripod because I can get this low. And we also have to make sure that we get the dress shot before she moves it. Double check that focus right to the text, because people focus on text whenever you see that in a shot. So let's make this very, very subtle. The tighter the macro, like the tighter the slider shot, the slower your movements have to be. They don't have to be, but probably gonna have to stabilize that. So here, guys, that might be the groomsmen. It looks like a whole party of them. They're doing push-ups and stuff. That's gotta be the groomsmen. All right, I'm gonna go shoot the dress. Just set up for the one slide shot of the main dress that we need to get. So she's over. She's not moving. I think she's moving to a new location. So for a shot like this, it's easy to go just straight. I kind of want to do off to the side a little bit. So we have this sign in the way, so maybe I'll have to drop low. Just kind of use the sign, I guess, right? Because I want it to be more of a reveal. So the sign is like blatant, but we'll make it work. That looks fine. Hey Mike, there's some details up there on the patio. Can you just knock some of them out with the tripod?
Yeah. On this patio?
Yeah. All I need is that one shot, so I'm done. I'm gonna switch it out for the next shot, which will be tripod details. 70 to 200. I'm staying cool. I gotta remain cool. Okay, so that stays there. Cool.
Great.
So I'm just gonna shoot some close-up details and then we're set.
And I'm done with that.
And Mike is shooting that.
All right, good.
Sayong is
And I'm ready to move to the patio. So that's
nowhere to be seen. So my tripod's level, but the bridge isn't. So I'm just gonna re-level it to the bridge, because that's more important. All right, I'm just gonna do focus on where I'm gonna be.
Yeah, perfect.
And then just a nice little subtle, nice, lots of pan.
Do you want me to take that one? Okay, sure.
Now let's do close up. get some texture in this shot. Chill. Goose from a dress. All right, let's get the shot and move on. Okay, I feel good. All right, I'm gonna take it down to you. So I'm shooting wide open, 2.8. Just doing the subtlest movement with a rack focus going back. I made sure to get some kind of, I might be overexposed, but it kind of works for these shots. This looks pretty. I just like this texture. Subtle movement. These shots have to be smooth. So the IS of the 70 to 200 really help for this kind of stuff. I'm gonna be talking so much in their clips, I just realized. Here we go.
Oh, you're awesome. Thanks so much.
Wrap up details, whatever stuff here, like if Carrie's got something cool going on over there.
Until 1, right?
Yeah. And then help like go do the ceremony stuff, make sure that's...
I did that.
Oh, you did? All right.
I just got a wide shot. She's gonna do the push-in, right, with the fire?
Yeah.
You already did.
So you're talking, so from over there seeing this color and then this color and this,
Already got it.
like a push-in
Already got it.
with that tree in the foreground, like would be really nice.
Willow tree?
So like this high, right in with like
Okay.
at like
Well,
50.
yeah, I'll direct her when she gets the slides back.
Go see if Carrie's got anything though. All right, I'm gonna go do this.
They're probably in one of the houses. I'm just not sure which one.
All right, I'll be back in a minute. So that lady should be doing her job. I think that's what she should be doing. This is the second time I've asked, and if I go back for a third time, it just still hasn't done it. Fuck. Like a weird point in the day, which I'm gonna try to get one slide establisher of the prep, and it's like a lot of stuff. It's like a lot of gear, so I just try to get in, get it, then get out. So.
Stuff over there. Yeah, don't worry about that.
So moving closer to the foreground will give me more reveal.
She just had a second baby. Like they don't go out that much, but they're the funnest, youngest.
All right, cool.
Yeah, they are.
Okay, I'm loving how adorable.
I gotta get this stuff ready.
They're the best, right? Ever. They're so fun. And they all practice this dance for me.
All right, here we go.
Like they've gotten together for practice in Fairport for me. They're so cute. So cute. I literally like couldn't be happier. I feel like I'm on a cloud right now.
Oh my gosh, I know. Isn't it weird?
Got it. Yeah, with the slider, like it's gonna be a good shot, but it's just too tough. Like sometimes like the speed is the most important thing. If you can't get the shots you need to get in the speed, which it's pointless. Like you can have the best camera, the best lenses, the best lighting, but you have to be fast. That's why the monopod is quick and easy and good.
I'm sorry guys.
No, you're fine.
Oh, what a beautiful.
Molly? Do you think we could just open that blind behind you? Thank you. So I'm going for a silhouette right now. Exposing for the outside. So this should be a tripod shot. So we got two moms here. I'm gonna try to get that. Photographer's in my way. Photographer's getting the same shot, but in my way. Alright, now I just want to try to get some happy faces. Switch to the 100 so I can snipe a little bit more. So this is my pair, 50 and 100. Love this stuff. I'll probably keep the 100 on as long as I can, just because good length. I can stay out of the way, but also get detail shots if I'm close. So I'm just gonna try to get some faces. So with people, sometimes it's just a waiting game. You gotta wait for the perfect moment and kind of have some patience. Sometimes you just don't get it like that. Didn't get it. Did you get any of the florists setting up for the ceremony?
No, I didn't. But Young is there now.
Is she?
Yeah.
All right, so she has a slider and a 24 to 105?
Yes.
So she should be able to get something. I'm gonna text her. All right, cool. So you're at the guys, you're going to the guys, finding them?
I'm just getting to the guys right now.
Please get 100 millimeter, like, tripod shots of florists setting up. So we're kind of just like right into the bulk of bride prep. And I think she's taken a minute to go do some stuff, and then like the dress is gonna happen soon. And we kind of just have to figure out as far as lighting, like the room that they're getting ready in isn't the best for space, light, and sound, which is like the 3 things we need to be doing right now. It's too dark to turn off the lights, so there's nothing I could do. And the windows, you know, like I want all the light I can, so it's kind of a mix, so my Calvin isn't the greatest. The color's so bad for bride prep. So we're gonna try to move her to a new room for actually putting the dress on, which I think will help. Like if we get that, that'll save bride prep. Because details are like, all right, there's nothing too crazy. I don't know what those guys are shooting as far as exteriors, so that's a mystery to me. Got drone stuff. Mike is shooting the guys right now. I don't even know what they're up to, so that's a mystery as well. I don't like mysteries. Mike Tyson, Shooting the Bride brought to you by Mike Tyson Mysteries. You can just like see Cy Young down there with her little trench coat. I gave her very confusing instructions, so we'll see how she does with those. I hate this 50. The focus ring is so crappy, but it's sharp. Okay, so.
Doing a dual interview.
Yeah, well look at this. We've got Josiah with his Zacuto rig. So it's a recoil, right? I believe it's a recoil.
Yeah.
How do you feel so far?
It's good. It's like, it's keeping me nice and mobile. We set it all up last night and then we tightened everything down incredibly tight this morning. So hopefully nothing moves on us throughout the day.
Yeah.
So that's good. But yeah.
How's the C100?
It's been treating me really good. It's awesome. The C100, of course, is fantastic in low light, and then it's awesome with a built-in ND filter, so we run outside, I just flick it on, and we're good to go. So, yeah, versatility-wise, it's been really good to us.
What about the autofocus? Have you been using it?
I've been using autofocus quite a bit. We mapped it to the magnify button up front.
Mm-hmm.
So it's been pretty quick. When Craig is running around, I can just snap it onto him, which is good. But then if I need to, I have manual thumb controls right here with the Zacuto. So it's pretty versatile. So I find I've been using both, like, because a lot of times I can just kind of snap, and if it's not grabbing it, then I can fine tune it. So
yep,
it's good. The only thing is the zoom is way up here, so I feel like I'm drawing Excalibur or something.
Yeah. Are you changing the zoom a lot?
I am changing the zoom quite a bit.
Is that the best way to shoot that? Possibly not. What if we go higher? We rack focus from these to the blue. That might be better. Nah, top down doesn't look good. So now I'm just gonna shoot detail, static, because I feel like everything has been moving. It's good to mix it up with diversity. And I've got 16% battery on this. All right, so this looks cool. That's pretty close though. Let's bring it back a tiny bit. Bring it back. Bring it back now, y'all. All right. Just like 5 hops this time. I don't, ain't nobody got time for hops right now. Four seconds, just because I'm there. Give me some kind of movement. 50th shutter speed, and then the ISO is like 1250, and then 3200 for Kelvin. It's just tungsten. There's not much I can do with that. For this stuff, it's kind of just like get what I can because it's kind of crazy. So her gift to him is right here. All right, got it. So I'm just gonna get this detail shot of her gift to him. The Calvin is like crazy. So we're just gonna go tungsten. And we're just gonna do a slide. Hey, Mom. Nah, I'll move her out of the way. Hey, Mom, could I have you move that way? Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you so much. And go for it. I'm playing Candy Crush. Just texting those guys.
Every time.
So I'm just like, usually with locations like this, you have time and space and light. Not that much here. So I'm just struggling a little bit because once you press over 1000 ISO, it starts to affect the color. So Carrie's good, you know. I'm just not used to the 3. So she's got a second and an assistant, so there's just a lot of people. And then we have even more people, so I'm sure she's thinking the same thing.
Italian, and it's a bracelet. That obviously means infinite love.
Can you see that? Yeah. I'm gonna hold it up, Jade, before you put it on real quick. I'm sorry.
I'm just gonna put it on my wrist. That's okay.
Oh, yeah.
You just clasp the bottom part off of my wrist. Thank you. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Okay, I'm gonna give you his.
Okay.
Can I give this to someone? Hey. Okay, thank you so much.
I'll see you out there.
Okay, see you out there.
It's vodka, don't tell anyone.
Right? Okay.
Yes, we'll set you up over here.
Oh, you want me to come over there with
Yes,
my
yes.
Okay, grab that one. I actually think it's like tasteful. Craig, I really don't
both
mind
are.
if you guys get my back.
All right, I got you.
You got it, Nick? Yeah.
Okay. Pull it out.
Is it good or no?
Yes, Mom. Take it out. Take out my stuff that I'm wearing.
We'll do that. You know what, can we just zip it real slow so we don't have to go all the way. Yeah. Let's do it too.
We're not supposed to rush, guys.
Yeah, this is a nice little pose. So Jade, I'm actually going to turn
Okay.
towards the window, if we can do that.
Okay.
Yeah, and a little.
It's attached. I don't know. Just leave it. Okay.
Wedding!
Oh, it's happening.
I just want to get her face.
Really beautiful. So stunning. So
Good?
Yeah. Gorgeous. It's so beautiful.
So kind of just like look down at your dress and just check it out.
Yeah, gorgeous.
My bracelet.
And that's like why I yell wedding.
My shoes.
It just makes everyone smile whenever I say it because it's like an awkward kind of thing to say. I just go wedding.
Yeah.
Everyone always smiles.
This is why you want me to do it. That's my sweater. Which one you went to? The last one?
No, the second one.
Isn't that good?
Together.
Good. Do you want it?
No, you're great.
Put it like
And then put your hand up near your hair. I love the ring. Yeah.
I feel kind of weird. Where else?
That's perfect. Cool. Yeah.
Okay,
Let's,
here. Stay
yeah.
here. Okay.
I love this window light. So let's just have you stand up.
Okay.
Come over to it. Let me give you a little bit more. So now I'm just gonna go wide open, balance for daylight, and get some really beautiful close-ups. So this is a little different than photos.
We can move this.
Oh, it's,
Yeah.
I'm totally fine.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I got it. So for this one, yeah, just like that, and then kind of like ignore me, but you're kind of like facing towards the window a little bit.
Okay.
And then what I want is kind of like a look outside, and then pull your cheek down.
Okay.
So this is model stuff right here. So
I'm loving that.
okay, and go up, fix your hair a little bit.
Which way?
Just fix like you did before. Cool. Look outside. That's cool. And now bring it down to your cheek.
Sure.
Cool. Keep your hands like that. That's great. Pull them apart, and then kind of bring them back to how they were.
Black one. Oh,
Very stuck over there. That's what we're showing ourselves.
Wait, this is not going to move, huh? Should we?
So kind of like look down at your hands, and then kind of like look outside.
So I should wait to do it till after.
Cool. Awesome. That's great. I'm just gonna do one silhouette and then I'm set. Yeah. So Jade. So
Do you need your floral crown? Not yet.
that actually was perfect. So go back to how you were, and then put your hand there.
Should we move that suitcase?
He said no.
Awesome. Beautiful. I'm good. Thank you, Carrie. So super dark in here. Sorry about that, but I feel much better. I got to direct her a little bit. Got my details with the natural light, the good light. A little rushed, but
I don't know.
it was good.
Just before I go down, right? At 3. Stephanie, you'll help me with the floral crown at 3. Yeah. Before I walk down. Right now I'm fine.
Yeah. So
Ooh, I like this.
could you hold it a little bit lower? Just
Let's
like
go
at your waist.
pictures
Great.
right now.
Appreciate it.
Yeah. She's at over here. Do you
Great. Have you look towards the window? Just like that.
Oh, come on, 1 inch.
And then like this straight down into the face.
It's next to yours, isn't it?
Yeah,
Isn't it yours?
Because I realized that I'm gonna have to pump quick before we go for the ceremony. So let's keep it to your clothes and we can do it.
So Mike, get me a natural transition.
Alicia, we're trying to make it in pictures
not trying to black out.
From black.
Speak for yourself. Why everyone?
Both swinging left and right.
All like.
So this is what we did.
No way.
So this is the left one.
I got something special. Okay, a little underexposed.
I did it on purpose because it was so rushed, like we just had to move.
Yeah.
And then I did the same thing from the other side.
So it seems like the same shot that I got, which kind of works.
So then I did the same thing from
So the other side is what I would use. I would use that.
that one.
Yep.
Okay.
I can make that work. I'll just have to raise it.
This all looks really good. And
So it's all natural light. That's great.
Oh yeah.
Dude, I'm going to be relying on your stuff. So we are at f3.2. Crazy amount of shutter speed. Oh no, we got ISO. Derp. Bring it back down to 160 and then expose from there. Stupid. I'm gonna delete that clip. No, I'm just gonna leave it for you guys. One's all I need. Well, this kind of looks interesting at 70 mil. Let's do one.
That way, give it a smile. A little less dramatic, maybe like right in the middle.
That's how they should have got.
So I just did like a whole sequence of the sign welcoming people to the ceremony, and like for the same day edit, I think it'd be cool if I had one of the bridesmaids like just read the sign as I animated it with all the motion. Sometimes I don't have stuff to say. So I need to borrow one bridesmaid.
I know, mine too.
So you just need to read something for me. Who wants to volunteer?
Volunteer.
Who has a good voice? Come over here for a sec.
Welcome to the Woodson Aiken. I think somebody else should read it. Steph, come here. You should do this. No, I have a bad voice.
Okay. Just need you to read that. Just give it a test real quick.
Like, do you want me to look up or actually?
You can just read it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Woodkins. Oh fuck. Okay.
Woodkins.
Welcome to the Woodson Aikens wedding.
November 7, 2015.
Okay. Welcome to the Woodson
All right.
Aikens wedding.
You're good. Let's have you come over here for a sec.
That's okay. My voice.
Yeah.
passes?
Yeah. We'll just get away from their voices a little bit.
2015.
Okay. Do it again. Take a breath and then do it slower.
Welcome to. Okay. Welcome to the Woodson Aikens wedding, November 7th, 2015.
Good. Cool. I think that was great. Thank you.
That was good?
Easy.
Okay.
Come with me and you'll see into a world of pure ceremony. Oh. Cameras and shit. So we got 3 tripods for the ceremony. We got a monopod, 3 6Ds, Canon 6Ds, and then we're gonna have 2 7200s, and then probably a 24 to 105 for the ceremony. So Josiah is doing things.
I know what it does.
This is interesting.
Of videos so that they buffer to make you think that they're buffering.
No.
No.
Get out of here. So audio is really easy. These guys were awesome. So we have power. So this thing is powered, otherwise I would have used the external battery. Tascam DR60s running 2 1/4" to their RCA master out. So they actually have 2 mics that are being fed into the mixer, and they're just giving me both. So that's awesome. And we tested it. The audios are good. And we actually, because we have 2 and they're split dual, we actually have 4 different levels for whatever feed they're giving us. So the top one is like pretty close to peaking, and then the bottom one is nowhere close to it. So within those 4 different levels, like there's a very, very slim chance of ever getting all 4 channels peaking. So we're set. And as far as computer, I'm just transcoding the 3 cards from the 3 6Ds that we've had. So I'm just going to copy and transcode that footage optimized to ProRes 422. And that should all be done by the time the ceremony starts, but I've got new cards going out fresh. We're still kind of figuring it out, but we've got one unmanned cam low on like a 50 mil at the base of the ceremony. I'm gonna be up there, but moving around a little bit for the procession on a monopod with a 70 to 200. And Mike is going to be probably somewhere here, but might be moving around to get the groom reaction shot. We don't know how he's gonna get that because people stand and he's gonna have to try to find a good angle for that. But yeah, he's just gonna get a supplementary shot as people do the march, something different than what I have so that I can cut to it. And then Sayung's gonna swoop in and just grab that unmanned cam as soon as the bride and groom reach the top of the aisle. 6,000.
But you can definitely hear it.
You know, I accept your choice of shot. Cy Young, more like Cy Old. All right. So I haven't even been here. How's everything been going over here? Easy?
Fun times. You're getting Mike?
Yeah. All NSA style. We'll take it right off as soon as you're done.
All good.
That's your reward for getting married. No more mic. And then you can just tuck and hide that. Yeah. So yeah, that was like the first time that I saw the groom today, which is kind of odd, but it works. I think that's it. Oh, our middle cam, we're gonna put it like low, this low. Does that work? Because then you can at least shoot over it,
Oh,
middle?
Yeah, in the middle.
Instead of like high,
Totally.
right?
No,
okay.
that's perfect, Craig, thanks.
Okay, good. Yay! So you have to find this elusive Anne, though. We should ask someone who knows. How's it going?
I heard your joke.
Oh yeah, it was a good joke. So did you get what you need to get?
Yeah.
Cool. Test. What a dunce. So what's the thought here?
Can I just be that guy the whole time? We have this beautiful rig that's with this custom molded GoPro holder that is not gaff tape, it is carbon fiber. And we are shooting at...
That's a fib. It's a fib. You fibbed.
A little fib. And we're gonna raise this up super high.
I'll take this first.
We're gonna get a big old, oh thank you. We're gonna get a big old wide shot.
A big old wide shot.
Big old wide shot, look at that. Nice and high.
So this iPhone video right now is 4K. It's the only 4K we're rolling. We have all these cameras,
This
but...
doesn't even shoot 4K, this is like 28.
So this is the most advanced camera we have on our crew right
Shot
now.
it all. Did you bring your little stabilizer?
Nah, that would have been good.
Like to be on the other side of that hedgerow before they come in and just kind of do
It doesn't work. The ceremony is going to be lit well. We've got plenty of space. We have all the cameras and people we need. We've communicated with the photographers. We have our GoPro set. Josiah's on point. Everything's set. It's easy. It's almost too easy.
Manny Lamar.
Yeah. So we're just gonna nix this. I've got him mic'd, and then I've got that.
Okay.
That should be good.
Is she still not here?
Yeah, it's like it's gonna be last minute. It's fine. I just like this side because there's a vacant spot. Like she's not here, so like I know no one will try to fight for this spot. So.
Yeah, that's true.
So I'm at the top of the aisle, and I'm hiding. I don't think anyone can see me. I kind of look like a weirdo talking, so don't make me talk when I'm up here by myself. Don't want anyone to see. You can go to hell, Josiah. So I like to stand right here because I'm actually taking the place of the bride. So obviously she's not here. So if I just stand right here, no one's gonna fight for my position. Get out of here. I'm an idiot.
Snapchat.
Okay, we are rolling. good on guest reactions right now because this is a good time for them to be looking back. Because it's the beginning, but we don't necessarily know that it's not the bride walking back in the scene. I try to get some just people turning their heads kind of thing. It's like a good transition from any shot to a bride scene. This looks great. So I'm at 70 with f2.8. My shutter is like 170, ISO 160, Kelvin 6000. Switch over. I love this song. Got that guy in the background for no reason.
You can do it.
I have to thank Jade for breaking the emotion of the moment and saying to Steve, you look so hot.
All right.
Steve, I agree. It is such an honor and a joy and a privilege to be here with you, Jade, and to stand here in front of you on a day that you guys have dreamed about, and to be surrounded by your family and friends and everyone who loves you so much. I would love to get a chance to meet all of you, but I know that might not happen. So I want to introduce myself. My name is Ann Lawton. Jade is family to me by marriage. She's my niece-in-law, and really she's my baby sister. She's the baby sister I've dreamed about having, and I love you dearly. So when Jade asked me to officiate, and Steve too, I thought, me? I'm a crier, okay? You can't ask a crier to do your wedding, hence the tissues. And so Jade and Steve said, it's okay. Our families are criers too. We'll just all cry together. And they gave me a great idea. They said, all right, Ann, have a code word. Let's just make up a word. I don't know, you think, Ann. So I have a code word. If I get too choked up, if they get too choked up, all you have to do is say a simple word, okay? Jade has given me this word. She doesn't know I'm going to say it, but it always cracks me up when she says it. She always says how much she loves Steve's meatloaf. Steve makes the best meatloaf. So help me out if we get choked up. Someone shout meatloaf. Please sit down. Jade, you look so incredibly beautiful. Just gorgeous. And Steve, you do look hot. So handsome. I want you guys to soak in this moment and feel it and breathe it. So take a moment and look at everyone here. Take a snapshot, because these are the people in your life that love you so much, that didn't want to be anyplace else in the world today, but to be here, right here with you both. And we certainly want to recognize the people that can't be here today. Grandpa Woodson, Grandpa Richards, and Grandfather Aikens. 13 years. 13 years. It's easy to joke with Steve about what might have taken so long. But when it comes to their love, it's absolutely no joke. Their love is past the test of time. Their love has proven that love is worth fighting for. In fact, when I asked Steve, we sat down and had brunch, and I said, when you look at the decade, more than a decade that you've spent with Jade, how do you define that time? And Steve said to me, a beautiful fight. A beautiful fight. Steve doesn't mean an argument. Steve means a fight to protect, a fight to preserve, a fight to save what you have, to keep the love that you have, to stay connected when it's easier to drift apart. You see, Jade and Steve have learned you don't fight to win, you fight to win each other. Jade and Steve's love story starts back in 2002. Where were you in 2002? I can tell you what Steve was doing. Steve was walking around in a red Tommy Hilfiger hat. And Jade thought he was the cutest, coolest thing that she had ever seen. Jade was a freshman, Steve was a senior, and she just knew he was going to be her boyfriend. So subtly, what would she do? She would yell his name at basketball games. Steve! Oh my God, don't look. You know, she was a freshman. By her sophomore year, she was ready to meet Steve. She got her braces off. She was looking pretty good. And she had been begging Shay's older brother, Eugene, to introduce them. What's interesting is they both remember that moment when they first met. Of course, it was all about fashion, so Steve remembers that Jade was wearing a white Abercrombie & Fitch hat. We're talking 2002, okay? Steve was having a party that night. He asked Jade to come, but Jade's girlfriends will tell you she is loyal. She told Steve, I can't come. It's a girlfriend's night. But soon enough, Steve would be asking Jade to be his girlfriend. It wasn't easy dating a girl 4 years younger. You see, when it was time for Jade's sophomore prom and her junior prom, Steve had to get permission from the principal to even take her to the dates and dances. But soon that young love was challenged. Steve's mom moved away to Connecticut. Jade was still in high school. But Steve fought for this love. He stayed back in Fairport, working in restaurants to be close to Jade. She graduated high school and moved to New York City to the Big Apple to study at FIT. And that's when the relationship would face another challenge, a long distance challenge. 4 years of long distance. Every other weekend they would see each other. Steve was working in restaurants in Connecticut. He moved there to be with his mom. Jade was in the Big Apple. And they would see each other on those weekends. They fought to stay together. Finally, they got the chance to be together in New York City. They were both in the Big Apple. Jade was working in fashion. Steve was working at Central Park at the Boathouse. And their teenage love faced another challenge, the real adult world of the Big Apple. We're talking big rent. And they became parents to Manny, of course, their little French bulldog. Steve says when he moved to New York City, that's when he knew he wanted to marry Jade. That's when he knew she was the person he wanted to spend the rest of his life with. But he needed to get himself together first. You see, they both come from families of divorce, and they both wanted to get it right. When it comes to getting it right, they have a great example of what right is, and that great example is right here. Steve's grandparents, Doc and Doris, are here. Doc is turning 80 this week. And Doc and Doris have been married for 55 years. An incredible example of love. 58. Whoa, 58. Even more amazing. For Jade, this is a day that she knew when she saw Steve in that red Tommy Hilfiger hat would come one day. But she tells me Steve inspires her. Steve loves everyone around him deeply, she says. And no one knows her heart, her soul, and her spirit like Steve does. They'll tell you guys are close friends and family. They say this relationship hasn't been a Disney fairy tale. There's no white stallions running around. No glass slippers, although I bet Jade would love some glass slippers. They say this is a love story of real, true grit. You guys have grown deep roots together over your 13 years. Those roots are so entwined that instead of being two, your roots have grown together as one. You're best friends, and you have fought a beautiful fight to be here today, to become husband and wife. The ceremony of marriage, of which we come to today, is the first and oldest ceremony that's been around in the world. In fact, at the first marriage, God himself was present. Marriage is a gift. It's a gift that we give each other. I believe marriage is a gift to comfort in life's deepest sorrows and to also magnify life's joys. Marriage is the clasping of hands, the union of two hearts, and the blending of lives becoming one. Your marriage must stand the test of time, not just to stand here with the authority of the state or the seal on your marriage license that you'll get today, but to stand in the strength and the power and the love and the faith that you both have in each other. I'm going to ask each of you to make your declaration of marriage. All you have to say is, I will, okay? Steve, will you have this woman to be your wife, to live together in the covenant of marriage? Will you love her, comfort her, honor her, keep her in sickness and in health, and forsaking all others, be faithful to her as long as you both shall live? Jade, will you have this man to be your husband, to live together in the covenant of marriage? Will you love him, comfort him, honor and keep him in sickness and in health, and forsaking all others, be faithful to him as long as you both shall live?
Yes. I will.
And to the family members of Jade and Steve, will you please answer in support of this couple by saying, I will? Will you offer your prayerful blessing and loving to support this marriage? And will all of you, by God's grace, do everything in your power to uphold this marriage for this couple? Jade's friend Megan is going to come up and read a poem.
Hi guys. So this reading is from Captain Corelli's Mandolin. Love is a temporary madness. It erupts like an earthquake, but then it subsides. And when it subsides, you have to make a decision. You have to work out whether your roots have become so entwined together that it is inconceivable that you should ever part. Because this is what love is. It is not promises of eternal passion. That is just being in love, which any of us can convince ourselves we are. Love itself is what is left over when being in love has burned away. And this is both an art and a fortunate accident. Jade and Steve had roots that grew towards each other underground, and when all the pretty blossoms had fallen from the branches, they were one tree and not two. Congrats, you guys.
Let's pray. Gracious God, your generous love surrounds us, and everything that we enjoy comes from you. In great love, you have given us the gift of marriage. Bless Jade and Steve as they pledge their lives to each other, that their love may continue to grow to be the true reflection of your love. Amen. Jade and Steve have chosen their own vows for each other.
Jade Emily, today, in front of everyone we love, I vowed to give you the best of myself. I promised to be worth it, worth the 13 years, worth the energy and embarrassment, and most of all, worthy of your love. I take you to be my life's partner, and in that, I promise to be your student and your teacher. You are my inspiration, and I am forever changed because of you. You free me to live my dreams, but still provide a safe place for me. I vow to willingly face challenges and change. I promise to laugh with you in good times and struggle alongside you in bad times. Sorry. I will look with you with joy down the path of our tomorrows, knowing that we will be side by side. I am yours and you are mine. Let us be friends, lovers, and grow together. And definitely with you, I will be.
I once read that your first love is everything all at once, the kind of love you never fall back from, never try to, never want to. A love so big, so strong, it never dies, never fades, never loses electricity. The kind of love you fight for, the kind of man you fight for. 13 years and I still feel the same rush and exhilaration I felt when we first met. A powerful force drew me to you, and I now know that it was God unfolding my faith. You light up my life. You're my universe, my everything, and all of that matters in between. You have seen me in my worst of worst and my best of best.
We're at 200
And never for
mil.
a second was
F2.8.
their judgment. You have not only given me the
180th,
greatest joy people search
160,
their entire life for,
6,000.
but you have taught me how to accept the love and embrace it for what it authentically is. It's not perfect, it's not extravagant, and it's not typical, and it's not always the way everyone else around you wants it to be. But it's real, and it's pure, and it's raw, all the way down to its core. You, my love, got me through life's greatest hardships. especially the ones kids like us should have never had to go through. You truly are my saving grace. We just make sense, and at this point, we are so completely intertwined that assumption of permanence is our fate. I want to live life every single day trying to give that back to you. Make you smile so much your face hurts. Make you laugh so hard it's like you did 100 crunches. Inspire you every day as you do for me creatively and with your work ethic. I promise not to take you for granted. I promise to love you so completely as you love me down to the core of your soul. I will always fight for you and fight for our family's ever happiness. I will take care of you, always rub your head, and play Nurse Nina when you're sick. I will take care of you. Oh, I already said that. I promise to always stand beside you, honoring you, respecting you, and trusting you. You are my life's greatest victory, and I couldn't feel more blessed knowing that I get to grow old with such an incredible man. I adore you, and I cherish you ever so deeply. Always remember, it's you and me, babe. Indefinitely with you, I will be.
Who has the rings?
You do, right?
And now for the blessing of the rings. The ring is an ancient symbol. So perfect, so simple. It has no end and no beginning. It is a circle for love that is given comes back. Your rings are precious because you wear them with love. They symbolize your commitment in marriage. They remind you of who you are, where you've been, and where you're going. As you wear them through time, they will reflect not only who you are as individuals, but who you are as a couple. Steve, please take the ring and put it on Jade's finger and repeat after me. Jade, I give you this ring as a sign of my vow.
Jade, I give you this ring as a sign of my vow.
And with all that I am and all that I have,
And with all that I am and all that I have,
I honor you today and forevermore.
I honor you today and forevermore.
Jade, take Steve's ring and please place it on his finger. And repeat after me. Steve, I give you this ring as a sign of my vow.
Steve, I give you this ring as a sign of my vow.
With all that I am and all that I have,
With all that I am and all that I have,
I honor you today and forevermore.
I honor you today and forevermore.
May these wedding rings be a reminder to both Jade and Steve of the commitment that you've made here today. And may your rings be a testimony to all the world of your devotion and marriage. Jade and Steve, we'd go to church together. Jade and I would go on Sundays, and that's really where our faith grew together. And we talk about love, faith, family, and Steve. And it's so great to see you guys grow in faith. And there's a Bible verse that I love that I hope you guys will cling to. Jeremiah 29:11 says, "For I know the plans that I have for you, plans to give you a hope and a future." This is a day built on hope, and I know you guys are going to have such a beautiful future together. Be kind to one another. Be humble in heart. Be tolerant with one another and patient. Above else, be truly loving and always be thankful for everything that God has done for you. It is my prayer, you two, that you will keep up that beautiful fight and live in faith and hope, grow together in love for now and forevermore. I got ordained for this moment for you two, and here it comes. By the power vested in me, I now pronounce you husband and wife. You may kiss your bride.
high-five time.
Take your walk down the aisle. Yes, husband and wife.
See Young. Out of the way. Just out of the way, out of the way, out of the way, out of the way, out of the way. I got it, I got it. That's you, and we got it. Okay, so that went really well. It's good, yeah. So Young's gonna make a trip to the reception with stuff. I'm gonna stay and shoot.
Okay.
I would love for you to stay and shoot bridal stuff, but you're cold though.
Do you shoot what?
Just to get the last of the sun, because I know Carrie's gonna go straight to bridal stuff.
What am I shooting then?
Just go, it's fine. I'll stay and do it. All good.
Tell me what you want.
It's all good. We got it. We've lost all color with the drop in light. Like you can still see and there's still exposure, but there's no color. There's no pop. It's very gray. I feel bad for her because these photos are going to be really, really tough to pull off. It's so dark. Got a little schmutz on your ones there.
Love that. It's so beautiful. Gives you, oh yes, just rest your head right like that. It's beautiful. Love that. That's so beautiful. Okay, look over at your flowers for a second.
Open up your face to us. There you go. Kind of nuzzle her neck a little bit. Tease her a little bit. Yep, there you go. Oh, yep, there we go. I love it. That was good. That was great. Just like precise, delicate, slow.
Okay.
Lights are set?
Lights are up, but I don't have them set because I figured you'd want to mess with them, and plus I didn't know what was happening.
I want to talk to the guy to see if light changes, if anything. Dual RCA to dual quarter.
Dual RCA.
Should be same thing.
Great.
Those guys know.
Okay, great. I will grab that.
This might work up there. Let me just see if there's like a side room. Are there any like side rooms or just side areas? That's pretty much it. That's it? There's a heater right here though. Okay, we got one right there. That's fine. Shit. We have 45 minutes left of cocktail. I just started editing. I'm just setting in and out points, actually seeing everyone's footage for the first time today. Just going through and thinking about what I could use. Yeah, I'm just going in and out points, kind of getting everything that I might use, and then because it's much easier to just kind of trim and delete after the fact. Because the worst thing is like if I have all my good footage and then I don't have enough, so I just want to have more than enough and then get rid and pick what's good. And I also need everyone's footage as soon as they finish details. And I need audio.
Hi, how are you?
I got through some of the in and out points, but I'm just gonna finish importing and transcoding their footage. So that's everything up to like details. So cocktail hour, first dances, all that stuff is like, I'm not gonna put in, but I will put in like the first dance. That'll be the last thing I probably put into it. So I should have all my footage pretty much close to. So I'm just importing the DJI footage right now. But I'm just sending in and out points, going through footage, and all my footage is like chronological because we synced up the cameras, the time code within the cameras, which is super important for same day edits. So what I'm doing for footage is just importing with Final Cut. It imports the footage and it transcodes as those clips are copied. And then as soon as it's done copying, I can technically take it out as it's still transcoding. So super easy. I keep this phone near me just in case they need to text me, but it's a small room, so we should be set. I like to be out of the way, off to the side from guests, so running everything off of files on the hard drive, which is a Thunderbolt connected RAID. See, eject, done. Still transcoding, give it a sec. As soon as that rainbow's done, pop. It still says that you ejected incorrectly, but I don't give a shit.
I want the light more like over here. I'm trying to.
Is that Kelvin like what you want?
It's at 20. I think it's at 25, which is perfect for this room because it's so red.
Just ask that guy to move.
What?
Ask that guy to move. That looks really good though. But the thing is, I want like.
It's just a tight space.
Like person giving toasts like that. Like, you know?
You want it tight.
I want like that.
Yeah.
Like even almost cutting off the top of the head, like if it has to happen. But for this person, like that would be good right there.
But everyone's probably going to be taller than her. If you saw the wedding party and everything, they're going to be tall.
And suddenly, Sayun.
Got a gift.
Thanks. Cool.
I do keep on doing that.
So Finn should last you the rest of the night. Make sure to format it. Okay. And then we always format our cards whenever I give them back too, just because I don't want duplicates. Well, that's gonna take a little bit of transcoding, so I can at least go do something. It's a metaphor for my life. Stay. All right. I hope we got this. What was I gonna get? So the thing with this audio, the light, is that it's like very soft because of all these little bulbs. So we have to be very harsh with our light to shape it correctly. Bride and groom here, and then the person standing over there, so great. I'm redundant, I don't need to be here. I'll just go away into my little nook. Look at my additions. I got a beer, Starbucks, some fruit snacks. I'm just chilling. If I get cold, I have a heater. Mike is still talking to the audio people. I hope he figured that out.
So tell me where you're gonna let me in. I'm getting tired and I need somewhere to begin. If you have a minute, why don't we talk about it somewhere only we know? This could be the end of everything. So why don't somewhere only we know, somewhere only we know.
Alright, just be on a monopod up there. Why? Just be ready to get whatever happens, okay? Just work with them. I don't think anyone was ready for this. Mike should be getting reaction shots right now.
Of the day, are you sad 'cause you're on your own? No, for my friends, I get high, never help. Clap those hands, come on.
Baby, I think you're cute and funny. Maybe I wanna do what bunnies do with you, if you know what I mean.
But I got lost in town or two, wipe my brow and kept that God bless the broken road.
I think this is a cool gift delivery shot. See, that's like exposure is correct. Like if I tried to not have this in blackness, like her face would have lost it. I could bring the highlights up a tiny bit, but like that's correct exposure. All right, I gotta work. I gotta work. Stop distracting me, Josiah.
I'm Jade's matron of honor. This morning I was not going to give a speech, but I decided that I think he probably wanted to steal you because who could possibly resist? Trying to think of a word that would be special. There's nothing I change about him.
It is 7 p.m. 2 hours until same day edit. I've got 15 minutes worth of footage laid out, in and out points, good stuff. I have to sync up the ceremony, and then other than that, I'm gonna start laying audio, like music, start cutting. And then lastly, a little bit of color correction, and we should be set. So I feel okay. I feel very distracted with people coming in and out, but it's fine.
Like this woman.
It's fierce.
What's the hardest part about being stuck in here?
I have no idea what's going on over there. I just hear it. I hear craziness. I don't know what's going on. I trust that they're doing what they need to do. I feel a little behind on this, so I'm just trying to get through it. I haven't really started cutting. I just finished syncing. An hour and a half. Fuck. I'm just gonna focus. These are noise canceling, and it's like a party. Going ham. I like cannot hear.
I feel like the belle of the ball.
Oh, yeah, so I'm about a minute into it. Still have an hour left. Plug in. I gotta speed up, so I gotta just, I don't know what. The syncing messed me up, but I'm just getting getting it into a flow. I'm getting the story back and forth. I feel better.
So Craig is furiously editing and is very, very stressed and is a little cranky, but that's okay. Right now, Sao Young is shooting some dancing. The space is really, really cramped, but the dancing is actually probably some of the best, like, energy that I've seen in a really long time. About 8 o'clock, so we have an hour before we have to show our edit. which is interesting. We have not tested any projector kits or audio for that, so that'll be fun. Feel good. The speeches came out really, really good. Lighting was really, really good for that. And I took a quick glance at So Young's, like, she was covering reaction cams, and then we had a static cam covering the bride and groom. Everything looks good except the photographer, even though I told her where the camera was on the landing for the steps, where the bride and groom were sitting. She kept taking photos in front of it, but we will go along with it, as we always do. Craig, where do we stand?
Just double checking.
Update video. Roll. I'm so nervous right now. I'm not even getting up for this.
Sounds good, looks good. All the way through. All right, we're gonna play it.
We're good?
So I'm gonna play music just so that we can test the audio level.
We already tested it. But we'll test it on this computer. Oh, okay. All right.
Let's turn off our lights.
What about for the reaction?
Just turn off the lights. Yeah. All right, you guys ready? Cool. Yeah.
Shit just got real. Love of my life.
Endless love is like a heavenly view. Endless love is what I found in you. Happy wedding day, my love.
With you right there in that gray and blue dress, smiling at me through your eyes. I finally feel as if I found myself.
Today is the most magical day of our lives, and I've never felt more ready for it. The love that I feel for you is indescribable, and I've never been so proud of you as I am.
You're the reason I ain't ever looking back.
Okay, I'm gonna give you hits.
That night in the cold under the streetlight glow, I swore I saw a halo. And the bite of hungry wolves had my back down to the dirt. But you found me.
I take you to be my life's partner. You are my inspiration, and I am forever changed because of you.
Here we go!
Yours, and you are mine.
You light up my life. You're my universe, my everything, and all of that matters in between. You have seen me in my worst of worst and my best of best. Yeah! Always remember, it's you and me, babe. And definitely with you, I will be.
I now pronounce you husband and wife. Wedding, November 7th, 2015.
Brothers, the coffee, green are the plastic chairs. Worry the short, what her eyes are, but I don't care.
Incredible, incredible.
You
two are great.
Thank you, guys. Thank you so much.
Get back to the dancing. Okay, cool. Okay, all right, I'm gonna go sit down.
Are you freaking kidding
Thank
me?
you, thank you.
It was awesome.
Thanks.
Are you in the movies or what? Oh my God.
It's fun to do.
It was awesome.
All right.
Unbelievable.
I got a whole team with me, a whole team effort. Thank you.
It's awesome.
Thank you, it means a lot.
I'm not kidding. Can we put this on YouTube?
What?
Holy crap, can we put this on YouTube?
It'll be up tonight.
No, that is awesome.
You can share it on Facebook. Yeah.
I am not kidding.
Thank you.
Everybody in this wedding.
Ladies and gentlemen, if I may have your attention, please.
Most incredible. That was impressive.
It's a lot of work.
Stephen would like to say a few words.
It'll be up tonight.
Put it on
tonight.
YouTube. I'm not kidding. No, I am not kidding.
I got this.
We pictured this from what, Thursday till Sunday. New jobs, old jobs, high school, grad school. We love you all so, so much. Family and friends, thank you so much for being here. You've always supported Steve and I through thick and thin. And you know, we've been through the toughest of toughs and the easiest of easiest and smiles, and we just love you guys so much for being here. So, so much. You want to say anything else?
Let's turn up.
Right now, cinematographers, and I'm kind of like done with that, and so I'm perfect videographer right now, and I'm doing that, so.
Cool. Your weddings are always good, so I'm glad you recommend it for me. So.
Yeah, it's like couples, right? I know, like these types of people, right?
You got it.
Yeah, I know.
Incredible work. Thank you guys are awesome. Thank you. All right, let's get out of here.
So it's the day after our same day edit. I feel good.
So feeling good, tiny bit sore. I don't know, I'm just being a baby. My forearm hurts a little bit, but what are you gonna do? Craig's gonna make fun of me.
Despite all the chaos, the showing went great, and like I said, everybody was very happy.
So this is what it looks like post-wedding. We kind of shot the same day edit. We put our stuff in a random bag, and then we got out of there. So yeah, we scheduled the same day edit for 9. We showed at 9:15, and we were out by 9:30. So this is most of the gear. I'm gonna have a full spec list of all the gear that we used with links in the video somehow. But as far as cameras, we had 3 6Ds, DSLRs. So it was super nice having 3 of the same camera. And we rented a 70-200, which made for 2. So it was really nice to have those, especially for the ceremony. So we could crisscross the vows. This is like the ceremony lens of the hour. I've seen a wedding where we've had like 6 of those. So I had 2 tripods, Mike had a tripod, we had 2 monopods, and that's pretty good for 3 cameras. You know, we did our thing. The one, like the ceremony, we used 3 cameras, and then the toasts. As far as lighting for the reception, we had this Dido, which was like the hair light, which is awesome. I love this thing. It's so small with like it's the fader for the power, and then this, like, it's very robust, but it has a ton of power, and it's dimmable. And then over there we have the torch LED, which we're actually using right now, and that is super awesome. And with the mix of those two, I think you can do some really good reception stuff. If I were to get another light, I'd probably get another pair. You know, I think they work well in pairs, as a shaper, a hair light, and then a fill, soft, like filming. As far as audio, we had 3 of these Zooms with Countryman B3s. And you really only need 3. We mic'd up the groom for the ceremony, but I felt really confident with the ceremony audio that we're getting from the DJ, the feed. So I didn't even mic up the officiant. So yeah, maybe I should have had more of a backup for that, but we're fine. We had one of these up on a light stand, getting the backup reception though. You know, you should have backups for no matter what you do. Cool. So we got all of our rentals from Lens Pro to Go, which was a 24 to 70, the camera, the rig, the road link, and then a couple little things. But once again, super easy. They ship it to you, you get what you need, you send it back. And the price is like exactly what it is on the website. So when I was budgeting out with the Indiegogo money for rentals, I knew exactly how much to spend because I go right on the website and just tally up that number. We had a hodgepodge of lenses. You'll be able to see that in the list, and we kind of switched through. But honestly, like the 50 and the 100 is my go-to. Those were on my side in this bag for most of the day, and then the 70 to 200, and then like for main multicam sequences, and then the 100, you know, for macro stuff every so often. As far as the same day edit, I was editing on this MacBook Pro, which is kind of souped up. I'll give you the specs for it, but I just love having a portable laptop like this. And then the hard drive is solid state, but there just isn't enough space. It's just smart to edit off this My Passport Pro RAID, Thunderbolt connected, so fast and just fast, and it's fast. So that was perfect. So I always transcode everything, so there were no hiccups with files, and it was just really quick and easy. So Mike had his kit. He's very organized in his little Pelican here, but I knew he had a 6D, so I'm like, let's rent another 6D from Lens Pro, and we'll have 3. We're good to go. All the cameras match, so super, really easy. And we hacked them with Magic Lantern so that we could have crop marks. And just Magic Lantern is like awesome sauce, so always make sure to do that. But as far as cards, we had like just me in charge, just this one wallet. Like I just try to keep everything organized as far as this. So if a card was free, you know, label face out. And as soon as people would bring me footage for the same day edit, so we did a couple dumps, like at the ceremony, we dumped everything before the ceremony. So that was 3 cards. I'd bring it into Final Cut, import, and then that was it. You know, I would create the optimized from the copied footage. So it really didn't take that long to import that footage. I would put it in here, label face up so that it could format because I knew, or I would hand it back to them and be like, please format. Sometimes with the please, but I was like, let's format this. This is a drone. So we have this little think tank bag. So I just like this backpack because it just holds everything. I've got a bunch more full batteries just in case we needed them, but we went through like 1.5 batteries on the day just because I did a test outside in the morning, then I did the actual flying at the venue. So DJI Phantom Pro 3. Super quick and easy. I like it because it's portable. Obviously, like an Inspire would be nicer, but just more money, more problems. Hooked up my my big ass iPhone up to this. It's practically like an iPod, and it was super easy. I think we got 3 sorties in. I say sorties like I'm cool like that, like an aviator. Like we did some sorties, but we flew the drone like 3 times and got like probably 5 or 6 shots. And we used 2 of them in the film, so don't overuse your drone footage, people. Shot flat, edited, it was good. That's good.
All right.
All right. This is a Zacuto recoil. We rented this from Lens Pro to Go. We rented the camera, we rented the lens, we rented this. None of this is mine because I can't afford it. That's why we do rentals. So this was a follow focus attached to, starts with a T. It looks like a tornado. Josiah struggles with this name. I don't know what it is. I'm not even gonna try. But this helped us to pull focus the whole time. Not us, but Josiah. And because it was a photo zoom lens, you know, you had to do that. There was no servo on it, but that could have been added, but we just didn't because we didn't do that. So this EVF, you know, showed Josiah what he could see as he was shooting, and could be flipped up or down because we've turned it upside down. But outside, that was super important so he could see in bright sunlight. He had headphones so he could listen to the shotgun mic, just getting ambient, and then also what I was saying with this Road Link. We had a bunch of points of contact so he could hold this little shoulder mount. We tried to make it as balanced as possible. And then he had most of his controls on this handle right here. And this handle was longer, but we found that it was messing up a little bit, so we just shortened it. Super easy, quick fix. Other than that, you know, it was pretty easy. We had 2 Canon batteries switched out, and everything was set.
Battery life is awesome on the C100.
Yeah. So we shot on 1 card. We had 2 64s in slots, and we just ended up almost filling up one of the SD cards.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, so autofocus versus follow focus. I honestly, I ended up using the autofocus a lot. I mean, percentage-wise, maybe 80-20 in favor of the autofocus. It was just, we mapped it right to the trigger, so I was able to just snap in real quick. There were only a few times when you saw it kind of jump the wrong way, and then I could easily just change it with my left hand. So worked out really well. If I wanted to do a smoother transition, of course that doesn't really work, so then I just had it right accessible with my hand that I could just do a nice rack. So worked out really well. So I would say the only downside to this rig was just the way the camera was placed and where the zoom was located. So you basically kind of had to reach back. We didn't have a servo on it or anything. So I was using a 24-70 2.8, and I shot most of it at 24, but there were a few times I wanted to zoom in, and so for that you just sort of had to kind of reach back awkwardly and zoom in. So that wasn't amazing, but it did still work out all right because for the most part I was staying wide, so not a huge deal.
So for prep, you know, it's all about getting a lay of the land, figuring out where people are and kind of what we're going to do as far as space and time in a time-space sandwich. And this was a 1 venue kind of wedding, which is awesome, love that, but it was like 3 different venues because of the distances between the spots. So I would think the biggest thing that we struggled with at the beginning was just figuring out what equipment we needed where, who needs to be where, and actually figuring out where's the ceremony spot. It was like
prepping for this shoot in general, like even weeks before when Craig first sent out the emails and everything, is awesome. Like he stayed on top of everything, kept everything organized. If there's one thing that I hate about a shoot is when I go into the shoot having no idea what's going on, or like as we're driving to the shoot somebody's explaining to me what's happening. It's just like it aggravates me. So it's awesome to get those phone calls, to get those emails beforehand where Craig just like broke down and explained everything that he was looking for, everything that he was hoping to achieve with the final project. Just communication. If you're ever setting up a project, like you gotta explain everything to everybody, make sure everybody's on the same page, because it's just it makes for a better project because we were able to show up the morning, even after, at breakfast, when we went out to breakfast before the shoot, Craig ran down the list, even the list that he emailed us, he literally just went over it again to make sure that we were all still yet again on the same page. And it was awesome. We were able to ask our last questions and get out there. So by the time we arrived at the venue, it started to set up. It was like everybody already had their tasks. Everybody already knew what was required of them. And so Craig didn't have to be like, oh no, you should do this, or oh, you should do this. I mean, there's always going to be a little bit of dictation, but for the most part, everybody at least knew the end goal and the focus.
So I was 100% confident with Josiah's skills behind the camera. I knew that the handheld rig was the right thing to go with, and I just hoped that the rig helped him be a filmmaker and not wasn't just a hindrance, which I think it was. You know, it was the right tools for the job. So he was just following me. I guess the one thing that I was unsure of was how everyone would react to him being there. And I was just super worried, and I'd say that was the biggest stress leading up to the wedding. Is the bride gonna be upset that this is happening? Is the rig too big? Is Josiah too much of a goofy giant just to be towering over me and shooting all this stuff? Should he wear a Spider-Man unitard? Should he not? These questions kept me up at night, and I think we ended up with the right decisions overall. It was really fun having him on the wedding day. I think I might hire him to shoot the same day I did again. Like, I'll hire him to shooting the bride, but then I also might just hire him to just chill and like hang out. He'll be like my wedding day posse.
Yeah, so bride prep was actually really interesting. The room we were in was very tight. It would have been okay if it was like a smaller wedding party, but she had quite a few bridesmaids, and then the mothers were there, and I think they had like 3 makeup artists, and so it was just very, very crowded. And then of course Craig's trying to be there, the photographer, assistant, and oh, actually there were the photographer, the second photographer, and then the assistant were all there as well, and then Craig and myself. So there was just a lot of stuff happening in that room at one time. So it was very crowded. I kind of stayed to the outskirts as much as possible. I would try to slip in and get a few different angles of Craig working. I could tell Craig was a little frustrated with the situation because the lighting was tough. We had we had some open windows, so we're getting a ton of blue, and we had some, we had some yellow lights as well. So it was just terrible mixed lighting, and we didn't really have a lot of options for lighting ourselves. So he had to just do the best that he could in the situation. He shot, with really fast lenses, which helped a lot. And yeah, he just tried to stay mobile and get stuff shot really quickly because a lot of stuff was happening really fast, and you don't want to be in the way. At the end of the day, you still want the bride to feel like it's, her nice, calm, relaxing day, and that there's not a lot of hustle and bustle around her as far as the gear and crew is concerned.
Josiah's my hype man. Like, let's go shoot the dress. He's like, oh, let's shoot the dress.
So there was actually one part during bride prep, and Craig had, I was standing kind of near the entrance for where you walk in, and Craig was on the far end of the room, and he was shooting the bridesmaids and the bride. They were all on the bed. They're all crowding on the bed to get a photo taken. And I'm shooting Craig. I'm on a nice close-up of Craig, like getting the shot, and all of a sudden you hear this enormous just smash out. Craig's face is all like, ah! Snap, zoom out, and you see the whole bed is just falling down to the ground. So
yeah, so the ceremony I think went the best out of everything. It was wonderful light. We had plenty of space. We had 360s, 270 to 200s, and then we just had a good plan, plenty of time. The audio feed was great. The DJs were awesome. I love it when you get good vendors.
And then as the ceremony went on, I just was roaming free with it on my shoulder and tried to, stay on the outskirts. Really, the benefit was that it was an outdoor wedding, so I wasn't contained by tight edges to a wall or anything like that, so I could do big arcs around different ways and get some really good coverage of where everybody was standing. And Craig was mic'd up, of course, so we could hear him talking, giving direction to Mike and to Seong, and worked out really well. Craig was literally Cortana. That's what we were joking about, because I had my earbud plugged in, and no matter where I went, I could always hear him talking. And even when he's not talking to me, he's just mumbling, like all the time. He's talking about just everything. So I know a lot more about Craig than I did the day before. So.
We were supposed to show the same day at 9 p.m. We were getting to about 8:15, 8:20, and we were getting ready to have to show the same day edit. We had done already all the first dance, all the parent dances. Most of the main events of the evening had been captured, and we had gotten all our cards to Craig. We had switched out cards, we had formatted stuff, we were getting things done. And Craig had given us the go-ahead to start setting up the projector kit.
Yeah, for the reception, I was the second shooter. It was a lot of fun. The reception area was very crowded, as you may be able to tell by all the footage that we have. We had not that many guests, but because it was so crowded, we had to get flexible in terms of our blocking and movement throughout the space.
So yeah, I've done a few. I've probably done 4 or 5 same-day edits of this caliber, and I knew that I should transcode and import footage, which I did during the ceremony. We had a little bit of time, so that was really nice. Got the computer working at that point. So once the cocktail hour starts, it's edit time. So I'm in the hot seat. I've got the headphones on. I try to find a quiet area, which wasn't easy for this venue. It was a barn with very cracks on the walls, so you could hear the music anywhere you went. So I started editing. I did my in and out points, you know, I was moving along, but then I think I was distracted a little bit. I think I had people talking to me. I was talking to all these different people around me, and then even getting up to kind of double check, just to backseat shoot these guys a little bit during the reception. So I fell a little bit behind. So then I felt the pressure, especially once I went outside into the freezing cold like a smart person. That's when I kind of felt the pressure a little bit to speed up and finish up this edit. That's when all the problems with our initial plan with the showing of the same day edit kind of fell apart a little bit, because I kind of let it. So we could have gone with my plan, but then there were better options afforded to us, but they had to be figured out by Mike. So that was kind of rough on his end. For me to just say, figure it out, we're changing the plan, make it happen. But he did some magic. He whipped out a wand. I think it was phoenix feather and oak? Yeah, a little bit of pine. But yeah, he made some magic happen. I don't know how, he talked to everyone. He whipped out a Sennheiser. I've never even thought of wirelessly sending the signal. So that was great.
The venue had a projector screen that was behind where the DJ booth was. So we decided to use their screen, but we had to get that down. So that took a few minutes. We had to find the venue manager, have him get the remote to get the screen down. Then we ended up we were trying to figure out if we could use their projector kit as well. After rummaging around, realizing that would be too much stress, too much hassle, we decided to go with our projector kit and then use the DJ's audio. So we have the venue's projector screen, our projector, and the DJ's audio.
I focused once I was outside, finished the edit. I had Josiah bringing me snacks and cookies, and this guest just dropped by and she was like, "Here, I swear it's okay, you can drink it." And a half drank beer, which I chugged that shit.
So basically, I go back to Craig. Telling him basically, we have nothing. We have no chords here to play the same day edit. He gets really worried. You kind of see this look, and he's you can see him going through everything in his head. You can see him going through a checklist. You can see the Rolodex happening in his brain. And he's like, go run to the car. He's like, we should have something for, he has a little monitor that he uses on commercial shoots that we use sometimes. And he has a 1 foot, not even, a 6-inch HDMI cable that he uses in that. So I literally ran back to the car and got the cable, found an HDMI cable that was literally this long. And we were able to use that for the same day edit. And then audio-wise, we ended up using my Sennheiser kit, and we sent wireless audio over 1/4 inch to an XLR to the DJ booth. So it worked. We got everything up and running, and the same day edit was shown, and everybody loved it.
For most same day edits, it weighs heavily on the prep. It really is prep with a climax of ceremony, and then just a sprinkling of reception if you're lucky. So my prep was just a difficult lighting situation. Josiah saw it, Sayong saw it a little bit. I just wasn't happy with what I was shooting for the bride prep. It was chaotic, a lot of things going on, and the light wasn't perfect.
So when the film was finally showing successfully, no hiccups, it started rolling perfectly, the reaction was awesome. You could just hear, you know, you could have heard a pin drop when the thing first started. Everybody's, you know, like excited, and then instantly, as soon as like some of the funnier moments happen or some of the really heartwarming moments happen, you just get that like perfect instant reaction. You get those laughs, people are awing, you know, at the whole thing.
It was a little bit hectic towards the end, but overall, I feel really good about the work that we did.
Everybody was very happy when they actually saw the presentation at the end of the night, and I think our mother of the bride shed some tears. That was a great moment.
I got a good job from Craig, which is a lot, because Craig doesn't give out compliments. So,
couldn't have been a better reception. I mean, people were just erupting with cheers when the film finally ended. My job, I was focusing on Craig, so he's a giddy little boy while this thing is happening. He's sitting there watching the screen, and every so often he's like turning back to the bride and groom. So he was loving it. You could tell like all that hard work really paid off.
Everyone reacted very well to the video. Craig's style of editing is very like fluid and seamless, but also has character in it. Like there's bits of comedy in it, there's highs and there's lows. And because it was also fresh in people's minds, there was things that happened, like the mother of the bride hyperventilating walking down the aisle.
So this team was super important as far as getting the wedding done and also shooting this show, but the team extends to everyone on the interwebs and anyone who donated and showed support in any way for shooting the bride and wedding film school. So thanks, you guys are the best, and I love you. I think we should get a dog and possibly think about moving into an apartment. So thank you. I hope that you learned something. I hope that I was not too ridiculous in being this host for the show. Maybe in the future it'll be me, someone else, but I definitely want to shoot more shows like this. So your continued support is really appreciated. So thanks for watching. It's Craig Adams. See you.